The Joe Rogan Experience.
3, 2, 1. Welcome. Thanks for doing this, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. I'm so happy to be here, Joe. Thanks for having me on the podcast.
I didn't want to fanboy out when I met you, but I'm a huge fan.
Dude, likewise, I'm a huge fan. Yeah, today I just wanted to sit down and let's have a little conversation about Dolly the sheep and just, talk about cloning because it's super interesting and something I know you'd really enjoy.
100%.
So basically, this all started back in 1996 when a Scottish scientist named Ian Wilmot cloned a sheep for the first time. It was the first mammal to ever be cloned.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It actually wasn't the first animal to ever be cloned. They cloned a frog back in the 60s, but they thought that mammals would be too hard.
How did they do this?
Yeah, so they did it through a process called nuclear transfer. And basically what they did is they took the DNA of a sheep, they cloned that DNA, and then they took another, like an egg cell of another sheep, stripped it of its DNA, and then they put the cloned DNA into the egg cell. And then they put that egg cell into a surrogate mother. And then that mother gave birth to Dolly, and it was the first, cloned sheep ever. It's crazy.
You got to think they're doing some stuff they're not telling you about, right?
Yeah, so at the time, this was a huge medical and scientific breakthrough, but the media just totally picked it up and portrayed it as, the start of the brave new world where anyone could clone each other and anyone who had the right equipment and, the know-how, they could clone anyone they wanted to.
There's always a concern that someone is doing something that is beneficial in one way but negative in another way.
Right. Well, a positive that came from this was, scientists now have the ability to clone species and like endangered species to keep them from going extinct. And we could bring back extinct species too. Like if we have the DNA of an extinct animal, we could bring it back to life. So we could bring back, possibly saber-toothed tigers and woolly mammoths and all sorts of extinct animals, like the Steller sea cow. That would be really cool to repopulate this planet with extinct species.
That's all going to happen. It's not a matter of whether it's going to happen. It's a matter of when is it going to happen.
Right. I mean, that could definitely be a possible reality. Well, I mean, I think we've talked about it all. Thank you so much for having me on, Joe. Hey, Joe, you okay, man? All right, guys, Joe's gone crazy. Thank you.